going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at the energy. Well, it's our weekly check-in. So we'll look at what's led us up to this point. We'll look at where we're headed into the rest of the weekend. And yeah, let's get into it. Should say, excuse me, via the tarot astrology, any channeled messages that come through. I'm just going to make sure that we are up and running, that we have volume. I think we do. Yep. Okay, perfect. Life is good. Everything's working. Hopefully, I hope that you are doing well today. It's, the week hasn't been too crazy. We started off the week with a full moon in Sagittarius. I like Sagittarian energy. I've been talking a lot about this. It gives us the opportunity to really grow and expand beyond our limitations. It is that value of leveling up, exploring what new possibilities, new potential might be, educating yourself on a deeper level, just stepping up your game. And it is coming off the energy where it's not like we can just funnel things into what we're trying to do and then expect certain results, kind of push ahead. We have to be strategic and methodical about how we are approaching our wants, our needs, our desires, recognizing that not everything is coming in right off the bat. Obviously, there is a natural order to things. Things have to kind of reshuffle and align in order for things to manifest. And so patience is a huge part of the process right now, awareness and patience. This has kind of been a theme for a hot minute. But what I do like is we have Pluto in retrograde. It's the only planet in retrograde right now through mid-October. And yes, that does highlight places that either we're resisting change or changes need to be made. So definitely pay attention to those areas and maybe be brainstorming a little bit about what are some practical solutions you can provide for yourself. But overall, I'm not going to lie, we've had some bursts of energy. We've had some bursts of intensity. The rest of the weekend in the astrology, it looks pretty calm, pretty centered. Not a lot's going on. And it feels like that's just been the nature. Taurus season was a lot like that. Again, and I'm seeing this more as, or the way the astrology, even the messages are coming through, it's more about resolving conflict within self, and specifically how you think, how you feel about yourself, about your life, about what you deserve, etc. And making sure that you're not when we are going after something, but we don't believe we can have it or whatever, or kind of have a different, an opposing viewpoint, within self, then it's going to make that thing that much harder to come to us. So it is about alignment. Everything's about alignment. End of the day. That's why I love health and wellness, specifically Ayurveda, because it reminds us to take care of ourselves on the day-to-day, throughout the day, balance of activity and rest, because that's really where we maximize our potential. If we're constantly pushing, constantly going after something, it's burnout, right? Or if we're just sitting on the couch manifesting, hoping that whatever we want is coming our way, obviously that's going to produce a different set of results. So yes, things to be mindful of, to be aware of, but I do really love the opportunity we have right now to get right with self, to actually explore our wants and needs, our desires, what our inner truth is, and then actually help make that manifest. We're seeing this in the astrology, specifically with Neptune and Saturn in Aries. They're not in conjunction anymore. They've separated, or it's separating as we speak, but it is helping us put the work into self and using our intuition to do it. A lot of times, or, maybe, I don't know if this is what I found recently over the past few years in life, people will say one thing or try to butter you up or, whatever, get their results, what they want to have happen, but not necessarily taking into account your end of things. And so we're in this space, like I said, where we can really invest in self and then make the changes accordingly, especially around those people dynamics, the situations where there might be a little bit more self-focused energy. But that's why I'd like to start off the readings with an energy cleansing, just to set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out those places we might feel blocked or limited. It is a really good idea or a really good time. It's a good idea to set your own intention. Um, whether you've come in with something on your heart, on your mind that you would like spirit to deliver messages to you around, definitely give that over, be open to receive. You can also skip the blessing if you want, not if you're live, but and you'll still receive the good vibes, good energies. I've been making sure to keep on top of the chapters in the description box below. So definitely feel free to do that. I also I offer a variety of health and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you are interested in more of that rebalancing of self, alignment of your mind, your body, your soul. I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. Like I was just talking about, when we're aligned in self, that's really where we're able to tap into our happiness, our fulfillment. That's what makes manifesting way easier. And I would totally love to help support you in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so we may see and understand the value or the messages clearly. Help to make me a clear and open message channel for the reading. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Father God, spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. Mama Love. I'm laughing because Mercury is tensely aspected to Neptune right now. So it does make some communication a little bit wonky. Especially communication around the things that we are sensing, that we are picking up, or coming into places where people are lying. As I was doing the blessing, I felt this energy of someone, not your energy, but someone around you feeling really remorseful, sad, disappointed. I'm hearing yes, that they trusted someone, trusted some bad information. Definitely it has a lying energy or manipulative energy around it. I feel like someone's in regret. They might be reaching out this weekend. Keep expectations loose on who and what you are dealing with this weekend, I'm hearing, because your energy does feel good. And I do hear this protection component, making sure that you're protecting yourself or protecting the work that you've done of self, right? Not that you have to be on the defensive or, not talking to people or something like that. But it does, okay, it has the past components, shake, release, and heal. So I was hearing some of that too. Even though I was picking up that energy of remorse, it still is that value of that's in the past and now we move forward. Ayurveda talks a lot about this, especially in Ayurvedic psychology, where we don't want to keep focusing on the past or on the future too much for that matter, because it really does take us out of the present. And part of trust, part of surrender is knowing that life will unfold the things we need in the right time, in the right place. That, I don't know, that's a really hard thing to do. I don't know many people or anyone who's living in that vibe. I really try to myself not to, but it's a daily practice, right? It's a constant continuing to refine, continuing to become better, grow, etc. But now is the time, and we've been getting this message a lot lately. Now is the time to just let the past be the past, even if there are some regrets. We can have certain opportunity, we can let it go, and then we can right those wrongs in the future when we do come into those situations again, if we really feel like we need to, or if that's just a message someone needs to hear, because it does look like you have overcome. And I think you have a better perspective on like what you want your future to look like. Like I am seeing you, I mean, I know this is counterintuitive to what I just said, but I am seeing you be very forward thinking. And I'm looking at this not because you're obsessed about the future, you can't like be present. It's more this value of intentionality, the way that you are like sorting things out again, so maybe you don't fall back into some of those habits and patterns. I love this master manifester. So what something that you are working on right now, it's like, and I feel like you can feel it strengthening, like even if you don't believe 100% you're going to get it, or it's hard to see it coming in right in this moment, spirit is showing that like your prayers will be answered. What you are manifesting is coming to you. And that's really powerful. And it's coming from this place of success and victory. And maybe even having to go through some hard stuff, right? To overcome. Usually that is the stuff that makes us grow, the suffering, the tension, the anger, the frustration. Those are the things that fuel us. Oh, I love that. So double confirmation on this victory card. That's been popping up a lot for us lately too. Well, not the victory card, but just getting some strong confirmations on messages. Being proud of your success. I'm hearing that there's certain things you can let go of. Like you don't have to be so on top of everything. Maybe a little bit of micromanaging. I mean, I don't, maybe that's a negative way to say it, because it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like you're, micromanaging to the point of like it's annoying. It's more just you want to make sure that you're staying on top of everything that you're doing. And I feel like you can release some of that. Like you don't have to be so hard on self. Okay, you guys are seeing me shuffle. I swear I'm not just picking cards out. I don't know why I say that, because I don't do that. Karma's a real thing. And I just want mine to be good, right? So, like I said, the rest of the weekend, it's a little quiet. Like we have some tension today when I'm recording. There's more resistance, and I think this is kind of places where we're getting frustrated with the rate as to which things are going, or how things are actually playing out. But again, we're getting this confirmation that you are almost there. So keep plugging away. We've also seen that pop up a lot in the collective lately, where it is about commitment and committing for the sake of the commitment, in the way that it's not about what the end result is going to give you. It's actually just about the practice of being present, enjoying the quote unquote journey. Sorry, but true. Like enjoying the life that you're leading. And when we do commit to things in a very in a way that like honors that commitment, it is a very beautiful thing. Even if we are just recognizing that we enjoy the work for the sake of the work, right? Even if it's not the most, I mean, that's the thing. Commitment's not the most exciting thing at times, right? It definitely has its pops of magic, spark, but it also can be mostly the mundane. So and here's the thing. I think what I'm seeing is that like this is a good weekend. There might be some frustrations around certain things that like again are kind of not working against you, but frustrations that are taking the place of the hope or the knowledge, or like living in that faith and that trust that spirit is going to provide, that spirit is bringing you what you need. because there's a lot of success here, but it also looks like you're not really seeing it. And again, like I said, today we have more tension in the astrology. The Lovers popped out. You can be dealing with certain relationships that aren't very helpful right now. It doesn't have to be love, it doesn't have to be romantic, but it has this energy of difference of opinions, not really being able to see eye to eye. I think this is where Mercury is tensely aspected with Neptune, because when we try to have honest conversations with people, there might be a little, like I said, some lying or just inauthenticity. Maybe it's not a full-blown lie. Maybe someone's just like not really aware of what they think, of what they feel. But it's, or combative is what I'm hearing for some of you. Like a combative energy that like doesn't really, want to participate with this Page of Wands is what I was going to say. Page of Wands is the energy of someone just dipping out, dipping out, going, doing their own thing, and kind of being annoying about it. It is a very immature energy. Maybe you are trying to communicate, and this is where I think this tame and attain is coming into play for you, because it looks like you're dealing with an energy that might be giving you some pushback. There's immaturity to it. It feels a little disrespectful. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Queen of Cups and Four of Cups. This came out for us yesterday in our daily. You're seeing places that people are taking certain things for granted, not necessarily valuing you and your contribution, maybe even the amount of stability you bring to a situation. We'll clarify as we move along. I just want to get the cards out first. I feel like you've turned your attention to other things. Yeah, as I'm saying this, the Six of Pentacles comes out. It looks like you've turned your attention to other things. Like you might not be giving this fickle energy too much of your time right now. But I feel like this person's situation is going to come back in and like infiltrate. We have all wands on the board. Like I said, your energy is elsewhere. You might even have some people like making it harder for you. You could have set boundaries with someone. Someone's not really respecting those. Forcing the issue is what I'm hearing. Just as I was talking about in the very beginning, like that's the lesson right now. In the collective, it's like, yes, you can push ahead, you can force your agenda, but it's better not to, because you're going to get better results. And it looks like whatever you are dealing with is in that vibration where it's not a fun energy. It's an annoying energy. That's what I keep picking up. It has a lot of, it's just like someone, you don't want to hear what they say, or what they say. It's like a lot of flippant remarks, saying things just to be catty, just to be petty. For some reason, not being open to the connection, open to the relationship. And this is something that you do have some level of commitment to. It's almost like you can't wiggle out of this right now. Someone thinking that they know you're what you need. Oh, great. You're working really hard towards something, but it does feel like, well, whatever this, let's see what this energy is. Okay, so we're getting Knight of Cups. It looks like, again, you're having some pushback, and there's a lot of people involved. Ew. Like, I don't know. This looks like you are overcoming something really big. Like you're going to have to make a decision around a dynamic that I think is not very easy for you to make. I think there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of disappointment, there's a lot of sadness. You are overcoming it though. You're definitely in this. It's even though right now it's not that great, it is going to get better. Or I think it's like on the other side of this, because this energy, even though, like I said, there's not a lot going on in the astrology, we're still having some of those things pop up, right? Like the lies, the manipulation. Rest of the weekend, it's, I don't know, it's not bad. Well, oh yeah, I meant, but that's not till next Tuesday. So we have a really fortunate transit happening next Tuesday, June 9th. And it's Venus in conjunction with Jupiter. And so it really just helps kind of like magnify, amplify our abundance, our beauty in life, the relationships, the things we're passionate about, the people, the situations we love, etc. And you might have like a dynamic that revisits itself this weekend. It does look like there's a lot of people involved. It does look like there are some decisions on the table, or you're being pushed into this energy where you have to make a choice. I don't think that choice is very easy, but it also looks like you have people on your side that are willing to help and support you as well. When I'm looking at it topically, like things are going well, you feel good, you feel strong, you feel confident. This comes in to shake that up a little bit, not in a way to say what you're doing is wrong or bad. This is more the energy of like, I just feel like people or dynamics, like I was picking up on the very beginning, that remorse. There are people, dynamics that want to connect with you. And maybe it's someone bringing in some difficult information with this 10 of Swords here, or King of Swords. I'm hearing like confusion. It's like getting all discombobulated. There might be too many cooks in the kitchen, like too many people feeding in, too many. It just feels like all over the place. And there's a lot of different energies coming through. And it's hard. And I don't know. I don't really like love this 5 of Cups energy, because it does look like someone or something is trying to create more stress or bringing things up that feel painful, or they make you look at things about yourself. I don't know. I feel like it's not completely valid, legit, true. I feel like it's actually going to be a little bit more triggering, and you're going to have the grounding in self to not move into this space, because it does look like it brings up some stress, some anxiety, some disappointment about how things worked. And then you're moving into this space of feeling stressed out. Like whatever this interaction is, it almost makes it feel like it's worse. It's going to be worse for you in the long run. And I don't necessarily see that. I don't get that vibe. I think that's how it comes across. And it's because of whomever is saying whatever they're saying. We have King and Queen of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups is involved. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Making an offer that, again, I don't know. I don't like this energy. It feels very much like making you an offer that seems good, but in reality, like while they're doing it, they're like insulting you, or something. It's just like someone wants to keep you in your place. They want you to know what they really think, but meanwhile, they're still trying to give you something, right? Like, well, I'll help you out, but you should have been able to do this by yourself type thing. Like, and I know that's not a very strong example, but it definitely has this component of like People are fighting over you. People are fighting over what is going to happen next, what should happen next. Hey. Hey, it's so good to see you this morning. I'm sorry, I can't read your handle. SR Vlog. Okay, hey. I hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for tuning in always. I hope you're enjoying the reading as well. Thanks for the comment. I appreciate you. All the love and support to the channel. I'd super appreciate you. So yeah, it looks like I said, there's like fighting over you, fighting over what next steps are, fighting over how it should look. It could be a family affair because we do have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant's in your blocked energy right now. So you just might be struggling with family or just something you're committed to. It can be, you know, the place you work, business. You could be dealing with people that are like family or, you know, whatever. People that you're close to, that you have strong connections with. And this does feel like people that are making things a little bit more difficult. Maybe in their mind, it's not intentional, but like, okay, I'm seeing like someone or all of them are trying to save face, made some decisions that make them look bad. I wanted to say stupid. I wanted to say weak, but I don't like to be mean. But it does kind of have that component, like bad decisions. And now they're trying to backtrack from that, or they're trying to segue into getting something with you or offering something to you, because it's like they either need you, they need you to be a part of something. And I feel like in this conversation, it looks like you're open to it. I don't think you cut these people off, or again, you just might have to deal with them. And it does with this Ace of Cups. I'm going to clarify this real quick, but it does look like you are very open to it. Seven of Pentacles, but you want to see certain things happen first. Like you want your own set of confirmation. I feel like you're not just going to bend over backwards for someone. And that's a lot of because of what you've had to go through and where you are at this point. And so I think someone's not trying to infiltrate that, but again, like it just feels like they want to get back into your good graces without acknowledging the bad behavior, maybe even adding some lies onto it, or not being fully authentic, not being fully honest with the reality, the truth of things. And it feels like it's just a slimy energy, snaky energy, right? It feels like they're just like worming their way back in. And I think this is something that still, it has some level of importance to you with this Ace of Cups, because you're looking at this as like, oh, okay, like maybe we're actually on the same page right now. Like maybe things are actually evolving. There's our Four of Wands, confirmation on family. Again, it doesn't have to be. Take it what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know how it goes. Something has been taking a long time or too long. Gosh, like literally all the cards are out here. We have a lot of them, a huge chunk. So it does look like a lot of energies are feeding into like whatever this is and whatever is happening. This might be something you broke away from, or you've just pulled your energy back where you're not necessarily engaging as much anymore. And that's being felt, you know. I think there is still more to this path of victory. I think Spirit's like showing you like, hey, thumbs up, you've done a great job. You've gotten to this certain level of success. Now let's amp it up a little bit. And I think whatever's happening over here, it's bringing some level of closure. Maybe you're not seeing it this weekend, you know, maybe it's more something that's happening in the near future. Like I said, I think that some things are going to resurface out of this that are going to be hard for you. Just making sure that you're not losing stability in self is what I'm hearing, right? Like Ayurveda has this idea, or, it's really just about how aligned we are. That's the best way to say it with self. What does alignment mean? It means like knowing self, being very centered in self, that we're not letting the outside world dictate our movements, our reactions. We can't control what comes to us, but we can control how we show up, how much power we want to give it, how much emotion we want to give it. And I think that, like, whatever this is, it makes life feel pretty bleak, or it makes life feel like there is no ending in sight, is what I mean by bleak. And I think it's because of a lot of this drama that's happening over here. Because, like I said, there's just like so much indecision. And I don't know that that indecision is necessarily coming from you. If anything, I kind of see you doing your own thing. And then when this offer comes in, you're like, yeah, let's see. Let's see how this works out. But you also have your stipulations, is what I don't know if I touched on that. You also have your stipulations with this 7 of coins. It's not just going to be yeah, let's go back to where we picked up or left off. Let's pick up where we left off, right? It's not as much about that energy. It's more like, well, I got to make sure, like I don't think you're necessarily saying this to their face, but it's more in your mind, that you have to make sure that this is actually the real deal, that it's not some BS. And it's hard not to think that there is some BS underneath all of this with this tame and attain. And even just like the manner as to which you're being approached. Because there are some good things here. 2 of Cups, it's a really nice energy. But with the 5 of Wands, it's like, let's be friends, but let me fight with you at the same time. No one wants that. And I feel like whatever this is, it's just like taken a really long time for you to move through or sort through or work out, or that's how it feels, even if time wise it hasn't even been that long. A lot has happened. Yeah, balance and harmony. I think we got this earlier this week, or maybe Gemini got that. But just finding a little bit more balance within self, like I was talking about, not letting the communication throw you off. Mercury is a big player this weekend because it is generally tensely aspected to Neptune, to Saturn. It's positively aspected to the North Node, though. And what that means is like the more you do build in your confidence and whatever this path is that you're on right now, like you have specific ideas, goals in mind, especially as it relates to this. Whatever that path is, you don't want to veer off course. The communication might make it tempting to do so. But at the same time, like I said, that Mercury positively aspected to the North Node, that's all about our destiny. It's about how we need to evolve in this lifetime. It does have that healing and evolutionary component. And this is a thing that I think is really key, especially as we are moving from the full moon in Sagittarius to that fortunate transit on the 9th. We can't let things throw us off, essentially. Like, it is, not to be overly redundant, I apologize, but it is that value of being grounded in self. And it looks like that's going to be a little bit easier said than done this week. Try not to, or weekend, try not to like take things too personally. People might be doing some stuff to try to trigger. Maybe they know that they can get a certain reaction. Again, it does look like they're coming in with a defensive fighting mentality anyway. And it could just be like whatever advice they're getting from other people. Even if you're not dealing with a group of people, this definitely has this vibe of like other people feeding into the dynamic. Like I said, you have the support that you need on your end. You might just have one person in your corner, and that might feel disappointing in and of itself. But in the reality, I think it's a really strong support. And I'm hearing again, even though 10 of Wands can be a burdensome card, a lot of stress, feeling overwhelmed, or like I don't even have time and space to deal with this. Like I'm seeing it more as like you don't want to deal with the BS, right? And so when it pops up, it's just another thing on your plate that does add difficulty. It adds difficulty. And again, like I think the way that it's being approached for towards you is not nice. Like it just there I kept hearing like below the belt, it has like some underhanded vibes to it. And that might just be like the energy of the people that you're dealing with. Maybe they are kind of bullies, or they do just try to like strong arm you to doing what they want you to do, that type vibe. So just be mindful. It might feel a little bit tempting, or it could go the other way where they're pushing, 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 and you pop off, react in a way that you don't want to. Maybe you do want to pop off. Maybe that will feel very good and satisfying. Maybe they do deserve it, right? You'll figure it out. I think this is about what you're like at the end of the day, how you react, it should just be in alignment with like how much power you want to give this thing. If there are things that need to be said or clarified or whatever, have at it, right? But at the same time, if this is an energy you don't want to get back intertwined with once again, keep that in mind, right? And maintain the distance that you need. It looks like you've done so to date, and it looks like spirit saying you're going to be successful whichever route you take. So try to have confidence in that. Try not to let them bulldoze, gaslight, make you think that things aren't going to be good, because this goodness is coming. It might not be right now, but it's coming. All right. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I'd love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support to the channel. Know that it blesses my heart, and I am sending love and blessings back to you. Have a happy weekend. I will be live Saturday morning. I'll try to remember to post that. I apologize, I did not post for this one, but I will remember to post for Saturday. I go live Saturday, Sunday, and stay tuned. Yeah, the weeklies, the zodiacs are uploading as we speak. I hope you've been enjoying them. I'd love to hear feedback, and yeah, just hope you enjoy. All right, all the love, all the blessings back to you. Have a great weekend.